Now the next tent is a 4-season tent. My very first 4-season tent. I've never needed one until this past November when me, my son, and his girlfriend went camping up on Grandfather Mountain. And I saw the temperature that night was going to get down to 16, so I purchased this Close Nature, Closet Nature, I don't know how you pronounce it. My grammar sucks anyway. Tried to get them to purchase one. They didn't want to do it. They bought a 3-season tent up there. And instead of going down to 16 that night, it actually went down to -5. They ended up in my 2-person tent with me. It was 3 of us, and it really wasn't that tight. It was, I would say, comfortable, but it held up quite well. And plus, we were, according to park rangers the next day, we were getting 40-mile-plus gusts up there. So the tent did really well. Quite impressed with it, especially for the price. So now we're going to set up the tent in the backyard because I really don't have time to go anywhere else, but I did want to be able to show everybody the setup that I had up in the mountains and how nice that I particularly think this tent is, even with the low price I bought it at. So it took about roughly 5 minutes to, from the time I unclipped it from my backpack. I got the flap thrown over the back of it right now. This will fold down when I go to bed tonight. The tent also has a front and a back door. This is the seam here. You can see the zipper to open this up. It goes into the back. Right back here, the other door there. I normally would take my backpack and set up here by my head along here. But I think what's going to happen is the canines have never camped out before. I'm going to try to see if they'll camp out with me tonight and stay here in the tent to get them used to it. So next time I go camping, I can take one of them. But I think Bear's already got the camping fever. Huh, Bear? You ready to spend the night out here with me? Huh? You ready to spend the night out here with me? I'm guessing I'm going to need 2 sleeping pads and 2 sleeping bags. Huh? It's looking that way. This is a 2-person tent or a 1-person and 2-dog tent. And no turkeys. So getting ready to bed down, and now we'll probably check in a few more times throughout the night and let you guys know what's going on. It's 4:30 in the morning. That would be Junior out there. Our golden lace rooster. Yeah, shit hits the fan. He'll be the first one we eat. Junior, hush. Yeah, I would have slept a lot better last night if it weren't for Junior. Weather says it's 41 outside. Probably felt like that when I first got up. But my body heat, it holds your body heat nicely in here. And it's definitely not 41 temperature. I could even feel the temperature rise a little bit once I got out of my sleeping bag. Another thing, because it is a 3 to 4 season tent, you can actually feel the condensation on the outer surface here, but inside, nice and dry. Yeah, especially now that I open the tent, the cold is just rushing in. So, tent holds your body heat really well. Yes, Bear, can I help you with something? All right, let me do this video. Bear, let me do this video. Now, I also have hammock tents, and these hammock tents is what I carry in my bug-out bags and get-home bags. But with winter coming on, it's right now, it's early December. I'm going to switch to, I did switch out my hammock tent for the 4-season tent and my get home bag. I camped out in my hammock tent last year when it was like in the 40s, and it was pretty freaking cold. So I think if something happens and I have to hike back home, which would take probably about 7 days if I had to do it from work, that the 4-season tent I have would be a lot more comfortable. This is the last tent in my series. If you've seen, I've got quite a few. I like to have the proper equipment for whatever the use is, whether it be the summertime, camping alone, camping with family, or car camping. So greatly appreciate y'all checking these videos out, and here's the last tent. My hammock tents. And I've got three of them. I call them bug out bags. I call them my get home bags, but we use them as bug out bags as well. Got 3 bug out bags, and this will have one hammock tent in each one of the bags. If something happens, we're gonna leave on foot, or I'm walking home from my job. Figures every freaking time I hit the video. Anyway, it's light, fits into the bag. It's only like maybe a pound. It takes up no room at all in my bag. And last year when I tested this out, it was dead winter time. I put the netting over there, and a few of the people here kind of lost their mind. Well, why are you putting the netting on? You don't need the netting on there because there's no bugs on here. First of all, why let the netting just hang down there and get all messed up? And why not? Because if you notice one thing about hammock tents, when you put them up, 99% of the time, you've got them tied between 2 trees. And if I'm sleeping in there with the net on, I don't have to worry about acorns, walnuts, or limbs smacking me in the head. Now, when it comes to the hammock tents, I also carry tarps in my get home bags as well, so I don't get rained or snowed on or get a lot of dew on me. But if I'm using it and it's a beautiful night out, I want to be able to look at the sky, but I still will use the netting. And if you noticed in this series of tents that I showed you, I didn't give you a whole lot of information on the tents themselves. That's because I'm not trying to sell you a tent. I'm trying to sell you on the idea of purchasing a tent and how to think about what type you need, the size, the season, the durability. Something that you and your family can not only use for pleasure, but can use it in an emergency situation to make sure that you'll have shelter over your heads. And I do have a few people that are coming to our land that they're using as their bug out location, and I have informed them that when they get here, they may end up sleeping in a tent. But I'm going to make sure they're as comfortable as they can be. And so far, none of them have had a problem with it because they're just grateful that not only am I providing them with a bug out location, I'm also providing them and their family with shelter as well.